Hello, everybody. It's John Meed here from Cambridge Acoustic Nights. I'm going to be comparing the first half of this evening's broadcast, and then my partner in crime, Rhys, will take over comparing. This is our third online concert, and I think we all agree that we much prefer face-to-face concerts. But for the time being, this is what we've got, and we're doing our best to make the most of it. I wonder if just one of my compadres here can put a thumbs up to check that you can hear me okay. Great. Okay. We've got 5 performers tonight. Rhys is going to kick us off. He will be followed by David Lawrance, who will be playing us a couple of songs, possibly from his new album, possibly not. We shall find out as things go on. Then Kati Scubert is going to play again, I think, a couple of her own songs. And I will then do a couple of songs myself, and we'll round off the evening with 2 songs from Matt Kelly. And so that's basically the lineup we've got ahead of us. It'd be a bit less than an hour's show altogether. Hope you enjoy it all. Hope you managed to find us via YouTube, Facebook and everything like that. And I shall now hand over to Rhys, who's going to kick us off.
Thank you, John. I'm going to do a bit like David's, I guess, is plug the album. And this week was quite exciting because it all went online. So it's Amazon and Apple's and Deezered and Spotify'd to death. So you can find it there if you need. This is the title track. So welcome me, I'll tell to you my stories of the road. The times are hard should come as no surprise. Looking back, I should have seen the distance was too far. I guess the sun was shining in my eyes. From the highlands to the islands to the city and the town, everywhere was just for passing through. And every port of call and every shelter from the storm, it was just a cold wind that blew. One day I'll board a train running in the right direction. I know I'm on my way, I found my destination. I'll never go astray, 'cause I'm clinging to the track. Now I'm moving forward and I'm never going back. I'll bid farewell and thank you for your kindness and your time. Now I know just what I want to find. There is one path ahead of me, for all that I want to see is the face of the one I left behind. One day I'll board a train running in the right direction. I know I'm on my way, I found my destination. I'll never go astray, 'cause I'm clinging to the track. Now I'm moving forward and I'm never going back. Welcome me, I'll tell to you my stories of the road. The times are hard should come as no surprise. Looking back, I should have seen the distance was too far. I guess the sun was shining in my eyes. One day I'll board a train running in the right direction. I I know I'm on my way. I found my destination. I'll never go astray, 'cause I'm clinging to the track. Now I'm moving forward and I'm never. One day I'll board a train, running in the right direction. I know I'm on my way. I found my destination. I'll never go astray, 'cause I'm clinging to the track. Now I'm moving forward and I'm never going back. Thank you very much. That's tune 1 done with. Too many buttons. As I said, that's off the album Moving Forward, available on CD from all good websites called rhyswilson.co.uk, and available to stream online now and buy from Amazon and iTunes if you really want to. I'm also embarking on a little bit of a project, which will be an online thing where some songs didn't really make it onto the album, so I've decided to re-record, rejig, remix an EP I made a few years ago, about 10 years ago now, actually, I should think, and then add a few songs onto it. And this is one of the ones I'm going to add on, I think. Well, I don't say I think, I am. And then I'll push it out online in the next month or so. Turns to the sea wind to taste the salted. The old sea dog grounds as it blows through his hair. Pictures of years gone are caught in the waves. It's a bitter-sweet memory, he saves. He thinks of the years he spent lost out at sea. The creak of the mainsail was music to me. And all these long years leave me fragile and old. And now is the time to go home. Anchors away, boys, and hoist up the sail. We'll sing of the sea with one last glass of ale. Soon we'll sight land, our course lies ahead. Home to the sea captain's bed. With a fire in his eyes and the sea in his heart, he tells of the days when the waves would not part. Shipwrecks and pirates and times that he knew, and no one denies that they're true. Anchors away, boys, and hoist up the sail. We'll sing of the sea with one last glass of ale. For soon we'll sight land, our course lies ahead. Home to the sea captain's bed. Down from the crow's nest he hears a sharp cry. The sea dog looks round, for its land one that's been spied. He turns to the sea with a tear in his eye. I'll miss you, you devil, he cries. Anchors away, boys, and hoist up the sail. We'll sing of the sea with one last glass of ale. For soon we'll sight land. I'll lay down my head, home to the sea captain's bed. Home to the sea captain's bed. Sea captain's bed. And before I hand over to John, I should point out actually the first song I didn't write. That was actually written by a good friend of ours, Bernard Hoskin. Who I gave him the title track. What a fool I am. Thank you very much. Over to you, John.
Thank you, Rhys. I love that song. I was doing the harmonies in the background, hopefully with my sound turned down. But anyway, it was a lovely start to the evening. Thank you very much indeed, Rhys. Dave Lawrance, would you like to unmute yourself now? And then I can introduce you. Okay.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Next person up is our good friend Dave Lawrance. Now, if I leant out of my window at the moment, I could probably hear Dave because he's in the street just behind us. But I'm not going to do that. It's going to be much easier to hear him on this. Dave, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And over to you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, and thank you to those of you whoever may be tuned in. And Rhys, great set, and I'm really delighted to hear you're going to be recording that song, because I was sad that wasn't on the album, as you know. And I think if my mother's listening, I'm sure she would have enjoyed it as well. I don't know if she is, but anyway, I will start with a song called "The Way It Moves." Paint a little picture and plan it in your mind. Tell me what you see, tell me what you find. A window on your feelings, reflection of your soul. Do the images remain? Do the colors come and go? Still we keep on seeing things we never knew were there. Kaleidoscope of visions that will never stay the same. The images will fade, but still those memories remain. And all our lives, they'll feel the same. But a melody can haunt you wherever you may be, through everything you do and everything you see. Can heighten your emotions, captivate your mind, encapsulate your soul, the spirit that's inside. Somehow it relates to you, yet never knows your name. And all at once it touches you, then lingers in your brain. The images will fade, but still those melodies remain. And all your life, they'll feel the same. Music comes and lifts you up and down again. The meaning will prevail without a word, and then it spirits you away till you're no longer there, and no one can say, could ever explain the way it moves. I'm crying out to reach you with everything I say, and nothing's getting through, but I say it anyway. Then I play a little number when I've nothing else to do, and I drift away and dream that I'm singing it for you. We're overcome with feelings like we've never known before. The music creeps inside and then you feel it even more, transcending any barrier, unlocking every door. Then all at once I need you more. A minor chord can lift you up and down again, stealing you away with every word, and then awakening the thoughts we'd never known were there. And all our life will feel the same. The music comes and lifts you up and down again. The meaning will prevail without a word, and then it spirits you away till you're no longer there. And no one can say, could ever explain the way it moves, the way it moves, the way it moves. Thank you all. That was the way it moves. Clearly there was a string out of tune there, but I kept going anyway. But let's fix that for the next one. So that was the way it moves. As I have a little album out, as the guys mentioned. Let me just fix this first. Have a little album out, which the guys mentioned. That's on it, and this is the title track. This is called Peace of Mind. Take a little peace of mind, let me ease it for you now. I never dreamt of leaving you behind, let me reassure you now. But this time feels right to me, and it's something I believe. Well, I know what's right for me, and I'm hoping you can see. So let me take another peace of mind. Gotta hear that call now. Or will I wake forever wondering why? Gotta seize my moment now. And when this time runs out on me, I need something to believe. And I know what's right for me, and I'm hoping you can see. With all you mean to me, to still be waiting here, with all we could have been, hold it forever, in this together, you know that it's killing me. mind won't be easy for you now. Would you feel safe, or would you run and hide? Well, I wouldn't blame you now. And if the sky falls down on me and I stumble to my knees, heaven knows what's right for me, and I'm hoping I can see. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Take another piece of mind. Well, it's easy for me now.
Thank you very much indeed, Dave.
Thank you all.
Great. Two lovely songs.
Sounds somewhat better on the album with drums and stuff as well, but I hope you like that. If you're interested, you'll find the album on all the usual places, or you can find me on Facebook, David Lawrance, songwriter. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you very much indeed, Dave. That was great. Yeah, we'll post links to people's websites and things like that as well after the show. So it's sort of a time when musicians need support. So all the musicians you like, good idea to be buying their music at the moment. And by buying their music, I don't mean listening to it on Spotify. I mean actually getting hold of either a physical CD or at least downloading the tracks yourself. So musicians see a little bit of reward for their great efforts that I know go into recording albums like this. Talking of recording albums, I have a feeling that our next act, Kati Scubert, who's I think online now. Are you with us, Kati?
I am, yes.
Great.
Hello.
I believe you may be thinking of doing some recording at this very moment, really.
Yes, well, as soon as it's kind of getting possible again now, hopefully, I think. So soon, yeah.
Great.
I'm very excited about it.
Are you going to play a couple of songs that you may be recording?
Well, yeah, let's see what Rhys thinks. He doesn't know them yet. Because they're very new.
Yeah. Great.
And,
okay.
yeah.
Well, Kati, thank you very much for playing to us tonight. And I shall hand over to you and mute myself and look forward to listening to it.
Thank you. So, the first song is, the title of the first song is Stolen from this book. And I was just looking at it and I found the phrase, surprisingly. It's a kissing scene. It's in the main character in the book receives an unexpected kiss, and he describes it like this. After, there's some more description, and then he says, she tasted of toothpaste and wine and perfume and heaven on a nice day. And I thought, I really like that. The heaven on a nice day, that kind of stuck in my head for some reason. So as a thank you to Mr. Laurie for the inspiration, and then the song happened around it. I thought that was a nice thing. So this is Heaven on a Nice Day. Just the sound of my breath, my steps on the grass, and the light of something beautiful. My thoughts, they keep on floating in space. I feel almost perfect in this dreamy haze. It's like a song that you needed to hear, a long lost memory, a moment of perfect silence. That's the place place I wanna be, like heaven on a nice day. I can feel my mind go, but I'm catching the fall. You don't have to give in to the pull. It passes if you let it be. The resistance is what makes the misery. So I listen to the song that I needed to hear. I drift into memories, a moment where nothing matters, nothing that I need to be, like heaven on a nice day. Disappear into my own world of stories I can feel. I don't want to analyze it, I don't need to know if it's real. Heaven on a nice day. Thank you. For the silent applause. Can't hear you, but I can see you. So I don't really have anything to say about this next one. It's called Perfect Stranger. I just completely forgot how it goes, but I will remember shortly. Let's take a breath, let the world go by. Let's just be strangers for a while. I don't think this is the finish line. I'm just waiting to fly. Take the ride. Tell me something I need to hear. Tell me something that's right. Be the perfect stranger, just for a while. I'd rather cry than be paralyzed. I don't mind failing 1,000 times. I wanna breathe, I wanna feel alive. I used to dream I can fly and then fall out of the sky. Tell me something I need to hear. Tell me something that's right. Be the perfect stranger, just for a while. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kati. That was absolutely superb. Whoever's recording that has got a real pleasure, a really nice job, I think. And if it's me, great. Catch you next week, Kati. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Our next act this evening, I just want to say hello to Keith Jordan, who is apparently was singing one of the songs while eating a marmalade sandwich. So well done, Keith Jordan. That was excellent. Our next act is one of the finest songwriters in Cambridge. It's been a pleasure knowing him all these years, and he's on the screen right now, actually. It's been a pleasure knowing him all these years. He doesn't need much of an introduction, but what a fantastic singer-songwriter he is. You're really going to enjoy. My co-conspirator in crime at Cambridge Acoustic Nights, John Meed. John!
Thank you very much indeed, Rhys. So, just over a year ago, Isabel and I were in Nepal. I'm very glad it wasn't this year, because we'd still be in Nepal, I think, if we'd gone then. But we were staying with a family in a village called Panauti, and this song eventually came out of it. I'm very sorry that one of the problems with Zoom is you can't record with two musicians in two places at one time, because Matt plays an absolutely fantastic accompaniment to this on violin and viola at the same time. You'll hear that some point, I'm sure. But anyway, this is Panauti. And when it rains in Panauti, it rains. But when it shines in Panauti, it shines. From the valley green to the hilltop shrine, you may smile a little in Panauti. When you give your heart in Panauti, you give. You may leave a part of yourself in Panauti when you leave. You will be changed, perhaps a little lost, and you may dream a little for Panauti. Children holding hands in the temple square, garlands all around, petals in your hair, women on the porch dressed in red and gold. How can you stay? How can you go? When you get back home from Panauti, you may find everything seems pale, far from Panati. You may feel cold, perhaps a little old, and you may cry a little for Panati. Panati, thank you very much indeed. Well, it is nice seeing people clapping at the very least. Okay, I shall roll straight on to the title track from my last album, and so I'll expect everyone whose faces I can see in this, please do join in with this. I did ask Isabel, who's cowering on the sofa behind me, whether she'd sing the chorus, but she said no, so you'll have to put up with me on my own. Anyway, most of you know the story, but just in case you don't, a friend bought us some flowers. We scuttled off to find something to put them in, and she said, "One vase is never enough." And I thought, yes, never enough. That's a really good song title. I bought her tulips from Harlem, just to remember the spring, roses for all of the good times, and to ease the suffering. She said, "I'll take the thorn with the roses, and I'll take the smooth with the rough." She smiled as she opened a cupboard and said that one vase is never enough. One vase is never enough for those who would perish for beauty, for those who put truth before beauty. One vase is never enough. One vase is never enough. Thank you to Matt and to Kati for singing along. I brought her wine from Bordeaux, and the finest Côte de Rhône. We drank a toast to lovers, to those who travel alone. She said, "Let us drink to remember the times that were hard and tough, the times that were warm and tender, and one glass is never enough." Sing along. One glass is never enough for those who would perish for beauty, for those who put truth before duty. One glass is never enough. One glass is never enough. I bought her stories from Berlin, and she told me tales of Castile. It's not just the way she tells them, it's the way they make me feel. All of those nights in Arabia, 1001 off the cuff. She smiles at me in the morning and says that one night is never enough. One night is never enough for those who would perish for beauty, for those who put truth before duty. Oh, one night is never enough. Last time, one night is never enough for those who would perish for beauty, for those who put truth before duty. Oh, one night is never enough. One glass is never enough. One life is never enough. Never enough. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, John. Superb set. Never Enough is the album, CD. Just go to John Mead's site and you'll find it there. And actually, the thing that connects myself, John, to the last act actually is the wonderful Mr. Matt Kelly. If you don't know anything about Matt Kelly, then you're in for a treat. Matt is what I can call the most ubiquitous violinist, mandolin player, guitarist, vocalist, goodness knows what. The man is a bit of a quite a genius. He's in one duo, Kelly and Woolley, and I'm sure he'll tell you a little bit about that in a moment. And an integral part of Thursday's band, which some of you may well know. It's our great pleasure, and someone who is a wonderful musician to work with, have done in the past, and so has John. It's a great pleasure to welcome Matt Kelly. Matt, you can unmute yourself now.
Hi, thanks very much. That's all a bit embarrassing. No pressure then.
No.
Right, so I'm going to do a couple of songs that I wrote. The first one nearly made it onto the Thursday's Band album. You might have wondered why Chittagong Tattoo only had 9 tracks. It's because this one got knocked off very well. It was fully recorded and mixed, and we just listened to all 10 tracks and just kind of thought it's not quite, something about the recording didn't quite work. So anyway, Gary and I have recorded it since as part of our lockdown tapes series, which if you look at the Kelly and Woolley Facebook page, you'll find we send you on links to SoundCloud. This is a song called Waiting, which was originally written about teenage mental health and the frailty of sexual and personal identity in your formative years. But obviously the title Waiting and the kind of resonance of the fairly sketchy narrative in the lyrics kind of take on, as I'm sure many people's songs have done, take on kind of more meanings during lockdown than you could have possibly imagined possible. So here's Waiting. Dangerous sexuality, trying risky chances, fear of identity, casting out glances, 16 and angry, avoiding the mirror, waiting, 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 waiting. clothes aren't sufficient, captured and confused, everything's deficient, denied and refused. 16 and angry, avoiding the mirror, waiting, 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 waiting. Thank you very much, silent audience. Hope it's sounding okay out there. I'm going to swap to the fiddle. So this next song is one of a series of what I might call my Suffolk Cajun songs. Cajun because they're in the style of Cajun songs, and Suffolk because I live in Bury St Edmunds. There's reference to the Mardi Gras in this song, and obviously it's completely the wrong time of year, but hey, what the hell. Basically what happened was I put new strings on the fiddle one day, and I'm sure anyone who plays an instrument will know that if you put new strings on an instrument, you just start playing and new stuff comes out. You get new resonances, interesting new sounds. You kind of think, oh, that sounds really good. So this turn is a bit of a set of Cajun two-chord song cliches, really. But so I went in search of lyrics for it, and I found some of the traditional Mardi Gras lyrics that are sung on the streets of New Orleans at Mardi Gras. So this is Mardi Gras revisited. Again, you'll find a Kelly and Woolly version on lockdown tapes, but it kind of works okay on just fiddle, I think. Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? Oh mon cher, mon cher. Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? Tu le temps du fin d'hiver. Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? Oh mon cher, mon cher. Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? Tu le temps du fin d'hiver. On vient de l'Angleterre, oh mon cher, on vient de l'Angleterre, tu le temps du fin d'hiver. On boit de la bouteille, oh mon cher, on boit de la bouteille, tu le temps du fin d'hiver. Bonsoir au maître, la maîtresse, oh mange. Bonsoir au maître, la maîtresse, c'est le temps du fan d'hiver. Ok! Oh, Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? Oh, mon cher, Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? C'est le temps du fan d'hiver. Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? Oh, mon cher, Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? C'est le temps du fan d'hiver. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Matt. Absolutely superb. So a few messages here. Liz Hoolin, who is obviously the president of the John Mead fan club, announced that she thought the first song was lovely, John, and she thought the second one, she said, I love this song. So obviously, if you haven't sold her a CD, do it now. Gary Woolley was singing along, John. When you were asking for people to sing the chorus, he was there singing away. And Keith Jordan got back and said, thanks very much for everything. It sounds great so far. And it was. And my thanks to Matt for finishing off for us. It's a pleasure to see you again, Matt. We haven't seen each other for a while, and it's been absolutely fantastic. And there isn't much more for me to say, except a couple of things for you watching. If you missed the beginning, you can go back and watch it again. The link that's on Facebook will continue to work forever. And you'll just leave it a few moments, and then you'll be able to go back and watch it again. I just need to kill the stream, and then it'll come back. If you're watching this later, which is impossible because you would be watching it now, I'll cut off the first 10 minutes, and of course you'll be able to watch it without that long test card at the front. All that remains really for me to say is what a fabulous evening. I've really enjoyed it, guys. It's been terrific. My thanks to David Lawrance for coming on, to Kati Scubert for coming and playing, especially after the first time we had so much trouble with the sound a couple of sessions ago, but she was crystal clear this time and absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much. To my old buddy John Mead, two terrific songs, one new one and one established one, and as I just said before, a big thank you to Matt for breaking the power of the guitar on Cambridge Acoustic Nights, and I hope you'll come back again soon, Matt. Well, there's nothing more to say, but to wrap it up, to thank Angie, my wife, who's been hosting us tonight and making sure the sound's coming out as well as it possibly can. Sounds like it's been terrific. So thank you very much, Angie. Do you want to take us off stream? And the rest of us will sit around, drink champagne, and do whatever we do and have a chat after the show. Thank you very much for watching.